Hey peeps, welcome to another video. Today I am doing a Christmas gift guide of what to buy the sewist, seamstress, dressmaker, person who likes to make things in your life. It's a little bit different today because the ones that I've done in the past have been gift guides specifically around the things that I would like, but today I am showing you things that I already own, that I use, and that I know the sewer, seamstress, dressmaker, creative person in your life will love. The first thing I have is a sewing technique book. My favourite is the Seamstress, which is by Sewaholic. It's by Tassia St. Germain, who formerly owned Sewaholic, which is one of my favourite pattern brands. This is like a dictionary but for sewing, and it's really well laid out. I even got the signed copy. It is a spiral bound book, so it will lay flat on your desk while you're using it, and it does the A to Z of all things sewing. So if you're looking for a particular technique, invisible zippers for example, you can look that up in here and it will have a step-by-step guide with brilliant photos that will show you how to do that technique. I use this quite a lot. I've started to use it less and less because I have learned so much from it. A technical sewing book definitely makes a great present, and this is one of my favourites. I do own a few more, but as I say, this is the one I reach for most often. Whilst we're talking about books, another thing to think about would be a pattern book from their favourite designer. For example, I have the Victory Patterns Boundless Styles. So it's a mix and match style book. It has a whole bunch of sleeves, a whole bunch of bodices, and then a whole bunch of different skirts that you can mix and match together to create boundless different options for your sewing. I haven't used this one yet, but this is high on my list of things that I would like to get made. It comes with all the patterns on a DVD that you can just about see there, and unfortunately they are on A4 or US letter size. They are not on A0. You will have to print them out and stick them together yourself at home. But you can do, for example, it's laid out so that you can just print out the bodice that you want, just print out the skirt that you want, and just print out the sleeves that you want. After a while, I'm sure you'll end up with all of them printed out, but you don't need to, it's not one of those ones where you have to print everything and then try and find the bits that you want. I always really like these kinds of pattern books. I have a lot of them because they give you so many different options, and they are really good value for money. So I highly recommend a sewing pattern book from their favourite designer. Having said that, if there is a specific pattern designer that they love and a pattern has just been released for them, for example the Lune dress from French Poetry, and this isn't a recent release, but it's something that I have been eyeing up on Instagram for ages, and my best friend bought this for me very recently with the idea that I make myself one and also her one. I think that's going to be her Christmas present this year, although it won't be made for Christmas for her, but she knows that. The seamstress, sewist, dressmaker in your life will definitely have a pattern wish list, and you can't go wrong by either asking for it or trying to track it down secretly and buying a few of the patterns from that wish list. Following on from patterns, the sewist, seamstress, dressmaker, creative person in your life will definitely also have a fabric wish list as well. I know I do. I have a ridiculous amount of fabric. I don't need any more at all, but I still check out the new releases, especially from some of my favourite designers, and regularly make myself a little list in the back of my notebook of, oh, I'd like some of this, or I'd like some of that, I'd like to make this with it, I'd like to make that with it. I know Wilson has bought me fabric for Christmas because he asked me to send him a list, and I did, and he has purchased the fabric for me, which is amazing. So I am very excited about that. He did it on my account, so I also got the points, so I know exactly what he's bought me, but I don't care because he's had it delivered to him. He's going to wrap it up and I'm going to open it on Christmas Day, so I'm very excited about the fact that I am getting fabric. And as I say, if you ask, they will have probably more than one fabric that they would like. If you don't want to ask them for a specific fabric that they then know what they're getting on Christmas Day, it's not a cop-out to buy vouchers, especially for their favourite fabric shop. I would be incredibly over the moon to get Spoonflower vouchers or Sherwood fabric vouchers because I love both of those places. Next up, we have pretty tools. So these are the applique or duck bill scissors from Tula Pink. These were a Christmas present last year from the very lovely Anna from You've Got Me in Stitches, and I absolutely love them. They're the oil slick and they are great for grading seams. I also have the really pretty Fiskars rotary cutter. I bought this for myself. I didn't need it. I have other rotary cutters that are exactly the same size as this, but I wanted the pretty one. I think it's really lovely that companies are starting to appreciate that it's a very aesthetic and visual thing, and not everybody wants the dark green mats and the bright orange scissors. So pretty sewing tools will always be well received. And again, they will probably have a wish list of things that they would like. So if in doubt, ask. But you can't really go wrong with buying beautiful scissors or cutting tools. Next up is a Christmas present that I was given, I think 4 years ago now, and it is my rivet press. So I got this from an eBay seller, but they also have an Amazon shop, and the links that I am putting in the description for all of these items will be affiliate links from Amazon, including this rivet press. Now, Dad bought me this for Christmas, as I say, 3 or 4 years ago, with the 7mm double cap rivet gadgets that go in it, because these are removable. So it came with a cutting die and then the setting tool for the rivets. It does single cap rivets, it does double cap rivets, it does eyelets, it does press studs, it does all sorts of things. This is very heavy, but it's around I think it's around £65 with one set of dies that it comes with. And for the Seamstress, Dressmaker, sewist in your life, if they make bags, they will appreciate this. If they make jeans, they will appreciate this. If they make coats, they will appreciate this. I have used this on lots of different things. I used it for making jersey tops with eyelets in them. Lots and lots and lots of different applications for this gadget. It is an investment piece, but once you have it, you don't need to buy all of the dies all at once. I think the whole entire set is something like £290 for every die in every size. So that is a giant investment, and also a really good Christmas present. But buying the starter kit of the press itself and then one set of dies is a really good way to go, and then you can expand on the dies as you need them for different projects going forward. But this is a really handy gadget and gets used a lot in my sewing room. Speaking of gadgets, they're not really gadgets, but they are very useful and very pretty. Again, this was a gift from the lovely Anna from You've Got Me in Stitches. These are pattern weights. They're from Foxglove and Field, and they are very heavy. They look like little cotton reels, but they are incredibly heavy. I got the cat version, so they've all got little kitties on them or paw prints on them. You can use these as pattern weights when you're cutting out fabric or tracing patterns. And again, what to get the seamstress that has everything? Something like this, because these will always be useful and always be used. And last but not least, if your seamstress, sewist, dressmaker in your life already has all of those things, already has everything that they need and doesn't want anything else, you can't go wrong with beautiful jewellery. I'm going to do a close-up of this one because I don't think you'll be able to see it in all its glory right now. But this is a pair of dressmaking shears that actually work. I get comments on this all the time. Lots of people think I'm a hairdresser, and then when they realise they're dressmaking shears, they're like, oh wow, and then they start asking me about the things that I've made. But I absolutely love this necklace. You do still have time to get your orders in for pre-Christmas delivery from Lauren Grace Jewellery, but the window is closing fast, just to let you know. I love this. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's £80, so it isn't, again, an investment piece, but the seamstress, sewist, dressmaker in your life will love you for it. It is beautiful, and it's solid silver as well. So that's my Christmas gift guide for 2019. I hope it has proved useful. Please feel free to share this with your significant others and say, that one, I want one of those. If there is anything specific that I've listed that you would like, or just to give them a general nudge in the right direction. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!